Bellator MMA is back in the Bay Area, baby. And March may mean madness on the hardwood, but it's MMA mayhem in the Bellator cage. The Shark Tank in San Jose, California is set to host a feeding frenzy of action, including the launch of the 8-man, $1 million Lightweight World Grand Prix. And 2 quarterfinal matches will take the spotlight, with newly crowned champion Usman Nurmagomedov putting his perfect record and the title on the line against one of the most decorated 155ers in the sport, Benson Smooth Henderson. Tofiq Musayev, who conquered the Rizin Lightweight Grand Prix in the land of the rising sun, he takes on Alexandr Shabliy, who is streaking with 7 consecutive victories. In a top 10 heavyweight showdown, number 1 ranked contender Valentin Moldavsky meets the number 2 ranked Linton Big Swarm Vassell, who has reeled off 4 consecutive wins since being appointed by Moldavsky in Vassell's return to heavyweight 4 years ago. And the Bellator 292 main card begins with an ultimate clash of styles. Bellator's greatest knockout artist, Michael Venom Page, collides with the promotion's sultan of submissions, Goiti Yamauchi. Alongside Big John McCarthy, I'm Mauro Ranallo, Amanda Guerra, and Josh Thompson are at the fight desk. We are going to kick off this party of pain with a 6-pack of scraps leading into the blockbuster main card at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Showtime. Middleweights taking center stage. Theo Haig, who was successful in his Bellator debut, looks to spoil the promotional debut of Adam Wamsley.
Like you said, in his first fight in Bellator, Theo Haig was all over the back of his opponent. Beautiful rear naked choke, took his time, set it up, and once he had it, look how he sneaks that hand in behind. Very tight. You can see the pressure. Theo Haig, all-around game. We'll see if Adam Wamsley can use that power to stop it.
And which of the numbers that comprise the tail of the tape jump out at you, Mr. McCarthy?
Man, you gotta look at that reach, a 76-inch reach for Theo Haig. He loves to fight on the ground, but on the feet, Wamsley is a guy who throws bombs. Is he gonna want to use that length or try to get it to the ground?
He is the universal voice of Bellator MMA. Let's say hello to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to those on the East Coast joining us tonight. And good afternoon and welcome to those with us live here at the SAP Center. We are back in San Jose, California tonight for Bellator 292, where we get the action kicked off now with 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, the blue corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 185 pounds even, his professional record 2-2. He fights out of Napa, California, Adam the Butter Wamsley. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner. At 6'2", weighing in 184.2 pounds. As a professional, early on, 1 victory, no defeats. By way of Campbell, he fights out of San Jose, California, Theo Haig. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Set for action in the middleweight division, Theo Haig won his Bellator and professional debut. He is trying to spoil Adam Wamsley's debut in Bellator MMA. Wamsley looking to celebrate his 32nd birthday a few days late. He turned 32 on Wednesday.
Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Fight!
First of what is a scheduled 3 rounds at 185 pounds, and Haig immediately hunts down Wamsley, changes levels, and looks for the takedown and secures it for the moment.
And that's a smart move by Theo Haig. We talked about it just at the start as far as, look, Wamsley has power. Let's put him in bad situations. Wamsley does have good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, good submission defense. We'll see how he gets out of this. He does.
Haig all over Wamsley early. Haig with the rear naked choke in his professional debut with a knee on the exit. Wamsley trying to fire back. When we asked Haig his prediction, he said, I'm going to win via flying armbar, to which I responded, who do you think you are? Shudo Staple, Moonwolf, Ruben Asado, John?
That's going back ways, but that was a beautiful drop in levels. right there by Theo Haig to get the takedown again.
And Wamsley needs to settle the pace. It's been a chaotic start.
Yeah, well, right now he's fighting for his life because Theo Haig is all over him, up and down, taking him to the ground several times now. We'll see what Theo Haig can do. He's trying to pass for position here, get into that side control, now steps right into half guard.
Haig representing the legendary AKA American Kickboxing Academy here in San Jose, California.
Beautiful step over by Theo Haig. He just stepped right over. He was in mount.
Wamsley
all over him, right into S-mount basically right now. He is just manhandling Adam Wamsley.
Wamsley represents Dave Terrell's NorCal Fighting Alliance. Dave Terrell, of course, a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And for Wamsley, not a lot, of course, to go on. 2-2 coming into this, his Bellator MMA debut, and trying to end a two-fight losing streak. He has been behind the proverbial 8-ball here as Haig is looking for the Kimura.
Yes, he is looking for the Kimura. He's got that locked up. It's a matter of can he extend and bring that elbow straight up, get that arm away from the body.
An aggressive start by Theo Haig, the 26-year-old, back to their feet. But again, Haig in the striking department. Wamsley firing back now with lefts and rights. And again, Haig able to change levels, but this time he got caught, John.
This time he put his head there. You can see Wamsley now just controlling his head. It's really not a guillotine right now, but Wamsley's in a position. Bring up knees. There you go.
Wamsley was submitted in his last fight, but is looking for his first submission. Now with position, going to turn the tables and try to put Haig in trouble, but Haig very active, John, never willing to settle for whatever defensive or neutral position he's put in, jumping for the guillotine choke.
For the second time, this time it's a lot tighter. And he's got those legs activated with it. That is tight. You're seeing Wamsley trying to post up there.
2 minutes left in the first round. There's the tap. Off with his head. Adam Wamsley goes to the guillotine in his Bellator MMA debut via Theo, the executioner Haig, who is now 2-0 with 2 slick submissions.
It made the entire difference in this one. Watch when he takes the neck here of Adam Wamsley. Adam takes that knee, puts his head right to the side. Theo Haig slips it in, and once he slips it there, now he decides I'm jumping to it, gets those legs, and watch him extend those legs out to drive the hips of Wamsley back. Once he does that, that is tight, that is on the larynx, that hurts, it's painful. Tap it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the official time, 3 minutes, 1 second in round number 1. The tap by way of a guillotine, the winner by submission. He's still undefeated, Theo Haig.
And when you're looking at this tail of the tape, you can see that Luna's got a nice advantage in the reach, and it is what he needs to use to get the victory here. 65-inch reach is very short for Laird Anderson, but the way he fights, he's not going to need it if he gets the fight where he wants it to be on the ground.
With the official introductions, here once again is Michael C. Williams.
For all those joining us tonight live on the stream on YouTube at both channels, Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports, we welcome you to San Jose as we continue now in the prelims to go to the featherweight division set for 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first the blue corner at 5'10", weighing in 144.8 pounds. His professional record 1-0. He fights out of Richmond, California, Rogelio Luna. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 146 pounds even as a professional. 3 victories, no defeats. He fights out of Dallas, Texas, by way of San Jose, California. Introducing Laird Anderson. And your referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Crowd is amped for this one. Laird Anderson Used to train at AKA, now fights out of Fortis MMA in Dallas. Rowdy Roddy Piper, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Rogelio Luna. And the bell, round number 1. Luna switching stances early, going back and forth, darting in and out, trying to get Anderson to bite. Anderson, meanwhile, with a front kick to the midsection. John, you never want to oversimplify things, but at times it's not a simple striking versus grappler matchup because it is mixed martial arts, but those are the respective strong suits for Luna and Anderson, respectively.
Oh, no doubt about it. Both of them in the stand-up. Luna has got great boxing skills. He's got quick hands. He takes good lateral movement steps to put his opponent in a bad place, but right there, you just saw the stand-up skills of Laird Anderson. That was a beautiful left hand right down the pipe to the jaw, and here comes the kick.
Beautiful kick, another lead right hand by Anderson, goes back to southpaw. Opening minute, Anderson with the jumping knee, closes the distance and takes down Laird Anderson with the takedown of Rogelio Luna into the guard.
And this is when you have the type of ground game that Laird Hamilton had. I mean, Anderson has it. He's amazing as far as his control and his composure. As a young fighter, he just takes his time, gets the setup right into mount.
Smooth transition to mount. Lightning quick takedown. Luna in trouble. Anderson has his back body triangle employed, looking for the rear naked choke. And Anderson has a rear naked choke submission win against JT Donaldson in April of last year, looking for a second RNC, John.
And so much time on the clock to work with. He's got that body triangle. Luna's going the absolute wrong way to break that body triangle. Turns his back again. Now we're going with hooks by Anderson.
Yes, crank it, Laird, crank it.
2 minutes have elapsed here in the first round. Laird Anderson looking for the submission against Rogelio Luna, who has weathered the attempts thus far, but again, from this position, it's all Laird Anderson in control.
Well, Laird is in what we call a seatbelt position. That's where his arms are at, and that's what he's trying to do, is get Luna just a little bit away from the cage so it cannot stop him moving one side or the other.
And Anderson told us, as
getting tighter,
the midway point of this round, there are levels to mixed martial arts, and he's going to prove
now locked in.
And he is levels above Rogelio Luna as a submission artist, and Laird Anderson goes to 4-0 with his third finish, second via submission. And so Laird Anderson calls his style beautiful violence. It was on display here tonight.
Yeah, you saw the seatbelt, then he drags him away. That way he's now got the neck. You can see how he gets his hands. It's just a matter of getting his one hand free. Luna right now is in trouble. It's tight, but not enough. Now he locks it in and he's out right away. Great call by Herb Dean.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage with the rear naked choke in tight, it comes to an end. 2 minutes, 41 seconds, round number 1. The winner by technical submission, still undefeated, Laird Anderson.
John, take us through the numbers for this light heavyweight confrontation.
And really, I'm taking a look at this as far as the height, because 6'3" for Anglickas. He is a good wrestler, but Yagshimuradov does have good takedowns, and being at 5'11", dropping levels is going to be a little bit easier for him. We'll see if that gets it done.
With the official introductions, here's Michael C. Williams.
We welcome all those tonight joining us across the UK live on BBC iPlayer as we get set here at Bellator 292 to move to 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 205.8 pounds. His professional record, 19 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. Fighting out of Turkmenistan, presenting Dovletdzhan Yagshimuradov. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner, At 6'3", weighing in 205.8 pounds, the former light heavyweight title challenger as a professional enters with 10 wins, 3 defeats by way of Lithuania. He fights out of St. Louis, Missouri, Julius Anglickas. And the referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Set for this light heavyweight matchup, Bellator 292 prelims, Julius Anglickas with 3 first-round finishes, 2 knockouts and a submission. Conversely, Dovletdzhan Yagshimuradov with 10 first-round finishes, 8 knockouts and 2 submissions, and immediately they touch gloves and now will look to touch each other in more violent fashion. Early calf kick to the outside of the lead leg by Yagshimuradov.
You're going to see a lot of variety of kicks from Yagshimuradov. He loves the spinning attacks. He'll go after Anglickas on all levels.
Second punishing calf kick to the lead leg of Anglickas early by Yagshimuradov.
You can already see the mark on that leg based upon it. You can only eat so many of those before they'll have a major effect. Logan Storley in the last fight against Amazov. Right away, that low calf kick made a difference in that fight.
Anglickas landed one of his own, but there's the third one by Yagshimuradov. Good counter right hand upstairs by Anglickas.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat that, you've got to make them pay.
And Yagshimuradov trying to take some steam off of those shots from the longer, lankier Anglickas, and there was an overhand right that just missed for Yagshimuradov. Almost fainting with the jab, looking to change levels, threatening, maybe trying to get him to bite, John.
Yeah, you'll see Yagshimuradov he's got a very in and out bouncy attack, and he loves to throw a looping right hand over the top, and he'll always be bringing his head off to the left when he does that. So we'll see if Anglickas can read that and set him up for a counter.
It's a cavalcade of calf kicks for Yagshimuradov. Early lands a stiff 1-2 through the guard of Anglickas. Yagshimuradov, who Dan Lambert at American Top Team, spinning back fist by Yagshimuradov. He told us we haven't seen the best of Yagshimuradov yet. Hey, John, early signs are we could be seeing the best of Yagshimuradov here tonight.
Well, you can see that right now he's comfortable. He's having fun. He's out there just letting the fight flow, and he's making things happen. He's just not waiting and letting Anglickas determine when those engagements occur.
And Anglickas moving forward, light on his feet, high guard. Wants to use the long limbs, trying to find a way to navigate his way inside. Number 5 ranked light heavyweight. Another 1-2 to the face by Yagshimuradov, John. He's finding the timing now.
And that left hand stung him. You can see him take the step back. He got stung again.
Textbook 1-2 splitting the guard of Anglickas. The timing, the rhythm, all Yagshimuradov.
And the accuracy right now, he's on point.
Yep, surgical precision midway through the opening round.
Let's see, one of the things to notice, look at Anglickas. He's giving some motion with his head and everything, but he's got to use his feet to move.
Linear.
Exactly.
Right.
Stop the linear attack, start getting lateral movement to cut angles.
What about the speed we're seeing out of the hands of Yagshimuradov? A beautifully delivered 3-punch combination with nothing but confidence and precision.
And this is what's giving right now Julius Anglickas problems, is the speed of those shots. Take a look, 20 of 32 by Yagshimuradov at 63%. Fantastic.
Unbelievable, and the numbers don't always tell the story, but
no, they do in this
they
right
do
now.
Definitely at this juncture of the fight, as Anglickas moving forward again, unable to get on track as Yagshimuradov effective in the counter and goes again, John. Repeated attacks to that lead leg, which are only going to pay dividends as this fight unfolds.
It's putting money in the bank, and it's going to make it where Julius doesn't have that base to really launch heavy blows.
There's a naked entry by Yagshimuradov, shucked off by Anglickas.
And if Julius decides to go to that wrestling attack, the damage on that leg is going to slow that shot down.
Lead left hook by Yagshimuradov. Oh! Right uppercut, checking the jaw of Anglickas. Hey, Anglickas wore it well. That jab popped his head back, but what a thudding uppercut by Yagshimuradov. Shades of Goiti Yamauchi against Naaman Gracie in his last fight. And in many ways, you know, Yagshimuradov looking to build his momentum. And by the way, Yamauchi will take on Michael Venom Page in what is a mouth-watering matchup to kick off the main card on Showtime at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Fantastic, beautiful spinning attack, wheel kick.
He's having fun, John, at the expense of Julius Anglickas. 30 seconds left in the opening round.
And notice right now, you saw it. Oh, beautiful.
Amplitude takedown by Yagshimuradov. He just punctuated this round with a explosive exclamation point.
That's what we call amplitude. Elevating that man and bringing him down with power. That does not feel good when you hit the ground.
Hey, Dan Lambert's not a liar, that's for sure.
Never has been. As you said, Mauro, Yagshimuradov is having fun out there. There's that right hand that landed. Now, it didn't have a ton of steam on it, but then he came right back after it, and this was the takedown. You see, picks him up and brings him down. Would have been nicer if he brought his weight down on top with him, but you can't have everything. That was a great round for Dovletdzhan Yagshimuradov. Puts him in a position to land his shot.
Anglickas wrestled 2 years at Brockport, NCAA Division III. Might want to try to attempt to do something to mute the attack of Yagshimuradov, who's been dynamic with some spinning attacks, has been surgically precise and very effective with the counterattack.
No doubt about it. This is the best we've ever seen him.
Amen. And for Anglickas, adjustments he needs to make in this second stanza, John.
Like I said, he's really got to use his footwork. Set yourself up just like that. You saw the angle he created as Yagshimuradov stepped off. He stepped forward. That gave him the opportunity to land that right hand.
More aggressive Anglickas.
And you can hear Anglickas' corner saying, use your feet, use your legs. That's what's going to get you in place. It's not the leaning of your body.
Representing St. Charles MMA out of St. Charles, Missouri, by way of Lithuania, head coaches Mike Rogers, and Anglickas moving forward. And a better start for the Lithuanian fighter against the Wolfhound from Turkmenistan. Oh, nice counter there by Yagshimuradov.
Much better start by Anglickas here. He's doing it, and you see, he's bringing the kicks in.
Dutch combination.
And all that backwards movement, that can wear Yagshimuradov off. So at the end of the first round, we saw Yagshimuradov going forward. He needs to start to do that again.
And you wonder the pace that Yagshimuradov fought in that first round, if it didn't tax the tank a bit, because Anglickas becoming a little more accurate in finding the mark, and Yagshimuradov not as fluid.
A little bit more flat-footed. Not quite up on his toes the same way.
And there it's Anglickas now chopping down the lead leg of Yagshimuradov with those low kicks, and Yagshimuradov going to the uppercut well again.
Just missed that uppercut.
Oh, and telegraphing a spinning attack.
Anglickas is doing a very nice job of now incorporating the kicks to the leg here.
Sharp jab, a confident jab from Yagshimuradov, and continues to target and score as Anglickas and John McCarthy's talked about. A nice kick that was checked by Yagshimuradov. Anglickas goes back straight.
Yes, and you've got you circling out of that. Oh,
that's
nice
how what happens.
You cannot go back fast enough. They're going to only put you in a bad position against the cage. You got to circle out of that.
Anglickas with a much better job offensively, but yet the Yagshimuradov continues to pop the jab. Our featherweight champion, Chris Cyborg, making sure Cyborg Nation knows about that loaded lightweight World Grand Prix that begins tonight with 2 quarterfinal matchups on the main card of Bellator 292, including Usman Nurmagomedov, the newly crowned champion, defending against one of the most decorated fighters in lightweight history, Benson Henderson. But right now, Anglickas turning the tables in the second round.
Yeah, right now, Anglickas is ahead in this, but you're starting to see Yagshimuradov land some shots. It's starting to turn just a little bit.
And yet Anglickas also discovering the use of his jab, looking to take advantage of the reach. But you're right, now in the minute and a half remaining in the round, there Yagshimuradov again, right uppercut, good counter by Anglickas with the straight right.
I'd love to see Yagshimuradov go to the body because you're seeing the hands come up really high by Anglickas. The body's open, both kicks and punches.
Terrific light heavyweight scrap. John, when you and I discussed this fight, we agreed that it would be entertaining, competitive. Yagshimuradov looking to crash the top 10 rankings, while Anglickas at number 5 would love to find a way to challenge for the title and make it a successful challenge the second time around.
Yeah, you're taking a look, and there's that top spacing. So many good ones. Corey Anderson, Phil Davis, guys that are just at the top of the food chain. He's got to get past those guys if he wins this fight, but this right now is a very close matchup.
And Anglickas stops the takedown. The one area, Yagshimuradov, naked entries with a takedown.
Absolutely. He's not setting him up, not using his hands to set the takedown up.
Again,
naked entry, exactly. Just what you're talking about, he gets it.
Deposited Anglickas onto the canvas with only 10 seconds now left in the second.
His elbow.
Hammer fist, ground and pound. So Yagshimuradov coming on at the end of the round.
Here comes Yagshimuradov with a hook kick. It does land. It didn't have the power that you want to have it. Here's where he took that shot. It was a naked entry, but he got that single leg, takes Anglickas to the ground, and he does some good work with the last 10 seconds of the round, landing some good elbows and then some ground and pound with the punches.
All right, here we go. Third and final round.
Third and final round. And Big John McCarthy, how does your unofficial scorecard read heading into what I believe is a pivotal frame?
I think this is a pivotal frame. You take a look, and that was a nice ending by Yagshimuradov, but I think Anglickas did enough in landing some of those kicks and the punches in the round. Both guys need to go after it in this third round.
And it's the jab, the steady diet of jabs. Oh, a solid lead right hand that tagged the beard of Yagshimuradov from Anglickas. The footwork on display.
Sneaky little right hand over the top.
Oh, nice left hook to the body by Yagshimuradov, and then the jab upstairs by
where he needs to go.
Anglickas.
When you're seeing Anglickas put those hands up so high, the body's open, go for it.
Their takedown techniques, both not at the level they wanted to be there. Even Anglickas just, again, telegraphing it from long distance, not setting it up.
Basically tried to overrun Yagshimuradov with that takedown attempt.
And the jab of Yagshimuradov now coming from the hip. Has to be careful of the counter, and of course, Anglickas' corner calling for that counter.
Slick little uppercut there, almost connected.
Walking into his power. Get ready to circle. Very good. Follow that kick up.
And Yagshimuradov's corner.
Yagshimuradov
Point him not to circle the way into the power alley. Of course, what she's not doing.
Yagshimuradov needs to just start to live off of that jab. Anglickas, based upon where his hand's at, doesn't see the jab coming up. And it doesn't have to hit with power. That's Artem Levin in the corner there. That is a kickboxing masterpiece of a fighter. He's the coach of Yagshimuradov now. And man, you talk about one of the best to ever do it in kickboxing.
Had the pleasure of calling many of his kickboxing fights, and you're right about that. And again, always mention another Bellator alum, Joe Schilling. He and Artem Levin had a great fight in Los Angeles, and Yagshimuradov building on that jab, but it's a single shot, John, not following up anymore.
You're right, he does need to, at times, you got to throw those combinations. Make him react to it, throw your right hand, throw the hook to the body. It's got to be more than the one. There comes
there again, the combination of that stiff jab, right uppercut, now midway point of the third. Overhand right lands for Yagshimuradov. When do you want, there you on cue, I was just going to say, where do you want to see the sense of urgency?
Oh, nice combination right there, and that landed clean.
2 minutes, Julius.
Yagshimuradov looking good right now.
And Anglickas has to get on track. He has to put that proverbial pedal to the metal. Just over 2 minutes left in the fight. Now the Dutch triple jab from Anglickas gets countered with the right hand from Yagshimuradov, who resets.
And it's the same thing for Anglickas. He's doing a good job of marching him down, but you've got to throw more than just that single jab. You've got to throw combinations.
And it's 2-1 in terms of total strikes landed for Yagshimuradov, a 2-to-1 clip. Just being that much busier, that much more effective, that much more diverse.
Let's go, there we go. Push through it, push through it. 3-2 hard.
Watch that uppercut hook. 3-2, hard. Oh, little showmanship from Yagshimuradov, popping off the jab. And again, that takedown, looking for the single.
He's got this.
And had another takedown scored here.
And he has some time. Take a look at the time right now. Over a minute left in this round. And Yagshimuradov has showed that he was able to do good work on the ground.
And Yagshimuradov has now secured a takedown in each round. He's 3 for 6. And in the final minute, hoping to make the most of this dominant position.
Anglickas needs to really get himself back to his feet or look for the reversal here, because he has not done well as far as stopping
And
the ground and pound attack.
A cut now on the face of
Beautiful elbow.
Julius Anglickas. Half minute remaining in the fight. Slashing elbow strikes from in close by Yagshimuradov, doing the desired damage. 20 seconds left in the fight. Is Julius Anglickas headed for a career-high 3-fight losing streak?
I would tell you yes.
Yagshimuradov hoping to go to 2-2 in Bellator, and from this vantage point, the crowd here in attendance and our unofficial score, Big John McCarthy, agree that Yagshimuradov did enough to pull out the win.
To me, that was a beautiful performance by Yagshimuradov. Yes, that second round, I thought Anglickas came in, but look at this third round action. Look at what happens. Started going to the body and started to open up. Look at the uppercut come, touches that chin a little bit, not clean. Left hand, right hand, but he was throwing the combinations and then the takedown with over a minute left in the round. When he landed this fight basically was in his control, and there was a beautiful elbow he landed right here.
Oh.
That's the one that cut Anglickas right at the eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 non-stop rounds of action, we go to your judges at cage side. Derek Cleary, Wade Vieira, Chris Lieben. I'll have it exactly the same at 30-27. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Yagshimuradov.
And you're taking a look at it, 77-inch reach for Tony Johnson. He needs to utilize that against Murtazaliev, because 72.5, he's got good stand-up skills, but not the stand-up and the hands that Tony Johnson does use that length.
Let's go to the man in the middle, Michael C. Williams.
From here in San Jose, California, Bellator 292, the prelims continue now as we go 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing the blue corner. At 6'2", weighing in 184.8 pounds, his professional record, 8 wins, 4 losses, presenting Tony Johnson. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 186 pounds even, as a professional, 16 victories, 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Khalid Murtazaliev. And the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Khalid Murtazaliev, 16-3 with 13 knockouts. Tony Johnson, 8-4 with 5 KOs. And they'll be looking to chuck leather early here. The first of 3 rounds at 185 pounds.
And if you're Tony Johnson, you've got to just tell yourself, don't worry about the wrestling. I've got to do what I'm best at. That's the stand-up. I'm going to use my hands. Let me create the angles that I can land shots and do damage to him.
The loss to Rasta snapped Tony Johnson's 4-fight winning streak. Sharp jab that missed for Johnson, rangefinder. And of course, there, you know, we see these athletes wanting to cross over MMA to boxing, the rivalry between the two sports back in the day. Two completely different sports, and for a variety of reasons. And yet, how does Tony Johnson's boxing background help him in this scenario?
Well, it helps him because he knows how to create the angles. Look at his footwork. Look how he moves. You see that lateral movement right there. He sets himself up. He gives the feint, and then when he throws, it's quick, it's snappy, it's got power on it. He's pushing Murtazaliev back with that power, making him take steps backwards, and he just needs to continue on and just up the volume.
Murtazaliev, respectful of Tony Johnson's striking, but feels he can exploit his lack of wrestling as Johnson throws a kick up high, and Murtazaliev landing a kick south of the border. And that is one way to stop Tony Johnson in his tracks. And that was delivered at high velocity, John.
That was high velocity, and there wasn't a whole lot of movement to make it to where you could say it was based upon Tony basically stopped at it. So it wasn't off of Tony Johnson's movement creating that situation. That was more just a poorly placed and targeted weapon.
You're good? All right, hold on 1 minute. Okay, hey, do not do this again. You understand me? Yeah, do not mess up again. Yep. All right, ready?
It took all of 32 seconds for Tony Johnson to restart, and Jason Herzog, I know he's earned your respect over the years, and talk about the way he handled that situation.
Well, he looked at it that at 30, and this is the difference. Tony Johnson took 32 seconds. What is that telling you, Mauro? Well, maybe it didn't affect you as much as you were kind of, you know,
thank you.
Making some
the Oscars are tomorrow night.
Exactly.
Tony Johnson, perhaps, no, just kidding, never want to take a shot. What a go behind by Murtazaliev, takes the back of Johnson, and this is where Murtazaliev said Johnson would be at his weakest, and this is where Murtazaliev wants to dominate.
And it was what Murtazaliev did when you saw him grab the right arm of Johnson to pull him away from being able to get himself back up. Very nicely done.
Yeah, aggressive attack on the ground.
Still on that arm.
By Khalid Murtazaliev, and Tony Johnson on his back. Midway through the first round, now side control employed by Murtazaliev has Johnson in trouble against the fence.
He also, take a look at that right arm. Look where that right arm is at. It is underneath his body, so Murtazaliev is controlling that arm, keeping it there so he's got an open side to attack.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the first round. Tony Johnson, boxing background, had some success in the stand-up. Murtazaliev biding his time, able to take the fight to the ground, and now controlling Tony Johnson with under 2 minutes left in the round.
Tony was able to get that right arm back. He's looking towards that Kimura grip. He needs to get himself back to at least a guard, get himself towards the cage so you can use that as a balance point to get yourself back to your feet.
Minute and a half now left in the first, and it's now Tony Johnson employing the guard as Murtazaliev with some short strikes. And Johnson trying to land an elbow from his back. Not settling, very active from his back, trying to find a way to turn the tables. Going to be difficult against a guy with the credentials in this position of Khalid Murtazaliev.
Someone who's got the grappling base and the expertise that you're seeing with Murtazaliev. He's just dominant in these because he'll actually let you get back to your feet and then bring you right back down, a la Nurmagomedov and way Khabib used to do it. It's that Dagestani style.
I was going to say, it's in the Dagestani DNA.
Yep.
And under now 45 seconds left with Murtazaliev controlling the action on the ground, trying to deliver a knee, but Tony Johnson and the crowd here in San Jose, where he fights out of, showing their appreciation for his heart and his guts to get back to his feet, but Murtazaliev looking to take him back down via mat return.
Yeah, and exactly that's what you're looking at, because at no time did you see Tony Johnson break the hands of Murtazaliev. He is in that position where he's still in that body lock, He's going to use little foot sweeps to try to bring Tony right back down.
Tony Johnson tried to showcase his sweet science, but it was Khalid Murtazaliev who took the fight to the ground and then controlled the action, John.
That is exactly it, and you're going to see the same thing here. Tony's going to be trying to hunt him down with the hands, trying to use the stand-up, and Murtazaliev is going to just wait for his opportunity to try to get into the body, get to the legs of Tony Johnson, and put him back onto the canvas.
Tony Johnson trained by Ron Kessler, their team at American Kickboxing Academy, AKA. Oh, snap kick there by Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev backing up much the same as Julius Anglickas last fight. When you don't want to go back straight anytime, but against the guy with the boxing credentials of Johnson, you're playing with fire.
But the one thing Tony Johnson needs to do here, he's got to up the output.
Yes.
Right now, he's giving feints and every now and then throwing those hands, but you've got to give him something to really have to deal with.
There's a jab that caught Murtazaliev, and footwork on display from Tony Johnson, but yes, needs to ratchet up the offensive attack. According to our stats right now, he's landing just 18%, 8 of 44 for Tony Johnson in the striking department compared to 26 of 38 for Murtazaliev. And on cue, John.
On cue with that, you see that 8 of 45. The 26, a lot of those were when he was in the ground position. And he was able to land some shots.
There's a shot. Speaking of shots, a different kind of shot.
Beautiful open area. He's got him away from the cage, makes it more difficult for Tony to be able to use that as a balance point to get himself up.
After going 1 for 2 in the takedown department and controlling the majority of the round in this position in the opening round, now Murtazaliev 1 for 1 in this second stanza, and immediately Johnson again looking for that double wrist lock or Kimura grip.
Yeah, it's really not there for him, and he needs to really look at trying to get himself from that half guard, at least get the back on that cage. Nice work by Tony Johnson.
Johnson, 39 years of age, against the 29-year-old Khalid Murtazaliev. Midway point of the round and the fight, John.
Murtazaliev is taking that arm, the right arm, taking the left arm of Tony Johnson, getting it away from him so he cannot post up on it and leverage himself into a point where he can get those legs underneath him. But Murtazaliev has those hands clasped around those legs. Tony's not going to be able to go anywhere right at this moment.
Johnson made his pro MMA debut back in April of 2007 for Strikeforce when 0-1 lost to Érik Lawson. And of course, 17 years ago today, the very first Strikeforce event was held here at the Shark Tank. Scott Coker, now the president of Bellator MMA, promoting his first event. And Murtazaliev imposing his will and skill on Tony Johnson, has his back, delivers the knee to the gluteus maximus. Always like saying that, John. Cheeky of me, I know.
It is a muscular region. Nice job. There goes that mat return, and that's demoralizing when you're Tony and you're working so hard to get yourself back to your feet, and then all of a sudden now you're back on the ground.
Asking shall receive. Scott Coker on this day 17 years ago. I promoted the first MMA event in California, featured a couple of pretty good lightweights. And we had, of course, not only Nate Diaz in action, but Josh Thompson and Clay Guida for the lightweight title, Gilbert Melendez, pro MMA debut of Kung Lee, Frank Shamrock, smashing Cesar Gracie in 21 seconds. It was a monumental event, and here now Murtazaliev still controlling Tony Johnson, but Johnson on his feet, looking to break the grip, unable to do so.
Right again, there goes all that work to get back to your feet, and you're in the same position. That's where it starts to become demoralizing as a fighter. The one thing that as I'm looking at Murtazaliev, he needs to start to at least start to try to do some damage. Pass the guard here, open up, start landing some punches, or go for some type of submission if you can get yourself to the position. Now he's got that wrist. The right wrist of Tony is being controlled. Got it free.
Smothering top control from Khalid Murtazaliev. Johnson trying desperately to find a way to get back in his feet, try to find a way to get back into this fight. We have reached the final 5 minutes of this middleweight contest.
They're right.
And I guess that will foreshadow your unofficial scorecard. How do you have it and why?
There's no doubt right now we've got Murtazaliev up 2 rounds to nothing. Tony Johnson's got to change the momentum of this fight. He's got to do damage with those hands.
And a big reason that he is up on your scorecard is the fact that Murtazaliev 3 for 4 in the takedown department through the first 2 rounds. 1 of 2 in the opening 5 minutes, 2 of 2 in the middle 3.
Well, he's taken away the best skill set of Tony Johnson. And that's part of fighting. Is defense is allowed in MMA. It's an amazing thing. And that defense is sometimes taking away the ability of your opponent to use something they've trained really hard to be good at, and they are, but they cannot implement it in the fight when they're on their back.
Jab by Murtazaliev, now resetting the L, utilizing the L for footwork and backing up. Now Johnson becoming a little desperate. You can see it, John, lunging forward. There, takes a kick, although he checked him.
And you can also see he's a little bit tired.
Yep.
The punches are not as crisp. They're not.
And when you're under the pressure of Murtazaliev on the ground, and you're right, you were sapping the strength. And at least Tony Johnson tried to reverse position, but was unable to. Now is just trying to desperately hunt down Murtazaliev. Try to get him in his range where he can try to land that come from behind home run win. Nice body kick by Johnson.
Oh, that's a nice right hand by Murtazaliev.
Got a good counter. He's trying to give Tony Johnson some look.
Almost landed that uppercut.
And again finds himself in the familiar position of Murtazaliev, taking him down to the ground, putting him on his back, and now providing him with top pressure. Wash, rinse, repeat for Khalid Murtazaliev. And of course you want to pick up the win. The most important thing, you want to do it the way that you see fit. And for Murtazaliev, anything you want to see more out of him in terms of what he brings to this fight here tonight and where he is in this position?
You know, you can't complain about anything he's done because it's successful. It's working for him. And so if it's working, why change it? The one thing, if I can add something to it, in these positions, you know what, bring the head up over, posture up, bring more power on those shots. He's going to do just a little bit more to slow Tony Johnson down again.
Murtazaliev has now had Tony Johnson on the mat for over 6 minutes of ground control in this fight, while Tony Johnson has not controlled the fight on the ground for a single second. And now Murtazaliev transitioning to the back, has 1 hook in, but against that fence, a little wall and stall from Tony Johnson.
Tony's using it to keep Murtazaliev from getting to his back. It's a nice job, it's smart use of the cage, but he's gonna end up being pushed right over. Just like you're seeing the arm being taken away. Now he's right back down.
There's some ground and pound of right hand as Murtazaliev looks to put in the hooks, has the waist lock. Johnson with a back fist, a back elbow to Murtazaliev. 1.5 minutes left in the fight. How much fight left in Tony Johnson, the 39-year-old, coming off a loss back in April of 2021. And in the fight against Dalton Rosta, he did have success getting back to his feet at times and took that away as a bit of a moral victory, but no luck here tonight.
He can use that fence right now, try to walk his way around.
Final minute.
Not able to do it right now.
Side control, knee strikes to the ribcage by Murtazaliev. And Murtazaliev goes right into full mount.
Beautiful little slice with the knee through there, right over the top.
And now has the hooks in and has time left. 38 seconds, looking for the position here. It's the arm triangle. Tony Johnson with that phone block, needing to call 911. Less than 30 seconds left in the fight. Still enough time for Murtazaliev to get it done.
There's enough time, but he needs to pass that leg. He needs to drop those hips down to the mat. That's going to create more pressure if he's able to do it. He can get it here, but it's going to be tighter if he can come off to the side.
Johnson's first loss was via rear naked choke in his against Érik Lawson at Strikeforce, and now he survives that arm triangle choke attempt, but does not survive the smothering top pressure from Khalid Murtazaliev in this fight, John.
No, you know, sometimes this is just when someone's better than you in an area and they're able to put the fight where they want it to be. This takedown right here by Murtazaliev. Yep, nice job. Look at the trip on the outside there. Beautiful control, and he just simply out-wrestled Tony Johnson, took away his boxing skills. It was a smart fight. It was a well-paced fight for Murtazaliev because he didn't get himself exhausted, but he put out a lot of energy, and overall, just an outstanding performance near the end. Almost got that arm triangle choke to get the finish. Tony Johnson hanging in there tough, does not let it get to that point, and he gets it all the way to the end of the third round.
Murtazaliev looking for his first submission win, unable to get it as we go to the fight stats.
58 strikes landed compared to 32, but it's when you take a look at the ground control, that's everything. You're seeing 831 on one side, 4 takedowns, and nothing but zeros on the other column.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. Brandon Saucedo, Chris Lee, Michael Gincona all have it exactly the same at 30-27. But the winner by unanimous decision, Khalid Murtazaliev.
Match, tail of the tape, 145.2 for Caspell. That is just that is not even championship weight for the featherweight division. You got to come in at 145.0 and 136.6. Josh Hill told me, he goes, you know what? He came in 10 pounds overweight. He goes, I'm going to take his money and I'm going to take his soul.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight here at the Bellator 292 prelims will go 3 5-minute rounds to what is now the featherweight division. Introducing the blue corner first at 5'6", weighing in 136.6 pounds as a professional, 21 wins, 5 defeats out of Fonthill, Ontario, Canada. Gentleman, Josh Hill. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in 145.2 pounds. His professional record, 6 victories, 2 losses. Out of Humboldt County, California, the mean green fighting machine, Caspell. And your referee in charge, Ed Calantes.
Well, one thing's for sure, the crowd here in the Shark Tank definitely support Caspell, and why not? He's proven to be a very popular local fighter, always gives it all. Coming off a major upset win over Jared Scoggins, the common opponent who gentleman Josh Hill defeated, well, the last time he won back at Bellator 272 in December of 2021. So here we go, bell and round 1. Caspell fighting out of the southpaw stance. Josh Hill now spends time with Team Alpha Male in Sacramento under Hall of Famer Uriah Faber et al. A factory for the lighter weight class. And of course, Uriah Faber put that lighter weight classes on the map.
Absolutely, Uriah Faber was just, featherweight, went to bantamweight, but just an unbelievable, fighter as far as everything he brought. He brought excitement, he brought enthusiasm, he brought entertainment. That's what you got to do as a fighter.
He brought those Von Erich looks. Other pro wrestling.
Yes, he was.
By the way, have you seen
one that I actually knew?
Yeah, I was going to say
the masked X-Man.
Mr. X. Guy Mitchell, who again, former tag team champion of my old employer. A minute now gone here in the first round, and for Caspell, who has that flair, has the colored hair, and trying now to atone for missing weight and making meant, and yet you wonder what. Coming in like this, he wins the fight. How much credit there do you give him? I mean, Josh Hill did agree to fight, so they're fighting.
Absolutely, but you can take a look at the size difference here, based upon.
But it was always going to be big, right? With Josh Hill being the height he is at 5'6", and Caspell being, what is it? 5'10"?
5'10", yeah. But when you're in that position, if you're Caspell, and as you get older, it becomes more difficult to lose that weight. And it comes a point you might have to just move up in weight class.
There's a counter right hand by Hill as Bell came in with the double jab. Hill switches to southpaw. Hill fighting out of Font Hill, Ontario, runs his own gym, Vision Quest MMA. He's a 13-year pro as he absorbs that kick. Oh, there's a high kick blocked by Hill from Caspell, and Bell now looking to diversify his attack.
That was actually a very nice job of bringing his arm up to be his defense. It does not feel good when it lands, but it's a good defense to keep it off of your jawline.
Ask Frank Shamrock, who fought Kung Lee in one of the most electric atmospheres in this building, whose arm was broken.
Yeah, Frank's forearm was broken. That was where you saw Josh Hill actually bring his upper arm up and catch it underneath.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good to do, but it's effective.
Oh, and there's the block with his arm that again doesn't feel good. That left head kick from Caspell from the southpaw stance. And again, a very tentative, cautious start here, and something that maybe has dogged Josh Hill. The fact that there is some conservative aspects of the fight game where you would like to see him be more aggressive and utilize the experience and the skills.
Absolutely, because this is where, in this position, he's the guy with all the experience.
Oh my gosh.
Caspell
A chasm.
is far behind in the experience mode. Now, they're close in age. It's not like, there's a huge chasm there. But Josh Hill's been up against some of the very best. Guys like Marlon Moraes. He's been in the cage with killers. Cass has not had that same experience. So this is where you want to make the guy make mistakes, and Josh needs to force him into those mistakes.
Minute and a half remaining in the opening round. This is Josh Hill's 27th pro fight. Caspell's 9th pro fight. Brent Primus, former lightweight champion. He is in the lightweight Grand Prix, and he will be watching tonight as the tournament kicks off. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Showtime, and he will meet Mansour Barnoui May 12 in Paris, France.
This is where Josh Hill is very good as far as his positioning against the cage. He likes to use that cage, throw elbows up. Cass being very smart and pushing him back off of it. Cass has got good wrestling.
Yes, he does. Wrestling since the 7th grade.
Beautiful knee
Coach
tap.
wrestling for 10 years, but on the receiving end of a good wrestling move by Josh Hill.
It was a beautiful knee tap by Josh Hill.
And here's an aggressive Josh Hill, an equally aggressive Caspell from his back. But the leverage favors Hill.
Josh Hill's winning those exchanges right there. Cass has nowhere to move his head other than side to side. Cannot move it back in any fashion. When a shot lands, it's heavy.
So Josh Hill securing the first takedown of the fight may prove to be the difference here as we head to the second round of this featherweight contest. And this is round number 2. Josh Hill, Caspell, no ill feelings. They touch gloves. Biggest takeaways from the opening round and how each fighter can build on what happened in a positive fashion for them in the first 5, John.
Well, the biggest takeaway, if you're looking at Josh Hill, you need to go back to getting into that clinch situation and use your skills to get it back to the ground, because that's where you did your best work. If you're Caspell, what you've got to look at is you're waiting. You're so unsure right now of what to do. You're not throwing any offense out. That flicking, jab and everything is not going to be it. You've got to initiate. You've got to create these situations for the engagement to be in your favor. This is your moment. If you can use this as a wrestling takedown to get him on the ground and be in the top position, great. But got to open up more.
By Hill defending There's a knee to the breadbasket by Hill, and Bell responds with a knee in kind, backs Hill to the fence. With many battles taking place here, both with good wrestling backgrounds. Turning the tables is Josh Hill pinning Bell to the fence now, creating some distance to maybe land a knee. There it is.
Does a very nice job of turning that. You see Josh Hill at times using his head, basically as a third arm to push Caspell back where he wants him to be. And all this looks not real exciting, but man, this is what we call the grind. This is tough because you're pushing against another person's body weight.
And what do you got to do to be successful? You got to embrace the grind.
Embrace the grind.
Just over 3 minutes left here in the second, and they are grinding it out here at close quarters. Small knee strikes being exchanged. There's another one from Hill, and Hill going to the leg with the knee strike.
Well, you're seeing Hill with the underhook. You're seeing Caspell try to go 2-on-1 with the hands.
And Hill forces the break, resets. Bell fighting out of the southpaw stance, nearing the midway point of the round and the fight. Inside low kick for Hill on the lead leg of Bell. Of course, Bantamweight World Grand Prix comes to what should be a thrilling conclusion in Hawaii, April 22. Rafion Stotts versus Patchy Mix for the $1 million bonus check. And the chance to, well, challenge for the bantamweight belt. Oh, body kicks from Bell.
Very nice kick to the body by Bell. That hurt.
Collar tie by Bell, sneaks in a left uppercut on the inside.
There were 2 kicks to the body of Josh Hill there. Caspell doing a nice job of repeating that. He saw the effects of the first one, went right back at it.
Not a lot of offense on display. 90 seconds left in the second. Both have been credited with landing 11 knee strikes. And there's been a lot of that display of offense at close quarters. And there they go, both of them throwing knees. But not able to really force a break or put themselves in a dominant position. There's a level change by Hill, but now his neck is snatched by Bell. And Hill has never been submitted. He's been knocked out once. Caspell has 3 of his 6 wins via submission.
Caspell doing a nice job using his head to push Josh Hill's head over towards his left. Weakens him up. Nice knee inside by Josh Hill.
And one by Caspell. And another one by Bell, and another one by Hill. It's been...
Well, if you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, as nasty as you want to be here in San Jose, California. So the dance continues. Whoa, spinning attack by Hill with the 10-second clapper. Nice right hand by Hill. 3rd round coming up.
Bell, just to say, both guys need this last round.
Third and final round. Bell moving forward out of the southpaw stance. High guard employed by Josh Hill, pawing with his left hand, and counters with the right. Slip and whip.
Let's go. Touch back if that happens. Touch back. Let's go. Angle. There we go. Set it up. Whoa. Forward.
Oblique kick there by Bell.
Touch back. This is it.
But where is the aggression, the explosion? This is it, John, right? Just over 4 minutes left. Tactical, conservative affair, but...
Both guys conservative.
Amen.
Both guys worried about making the mistake instead of saying, you know what, I'm just going to create opportunities. I got to go after him. I'm going to force him into making a mistake.
And yet you got a paying audience to pay to see a fight.
This is true.
And for their respective
Right,
careers. Caspell, Josh Hill, with so much more experience, yet unable to really take advantage of that.
Well, if you're being honest about Josh Hill is fighting, it's too conservative.
Yes, and that has been a popular refrain during his Bellator tenure.
Absolutely. That's why, if you take a look at his fights, he hasn't been in that winning position that he normally has been throughout his career.
Is that, again, we're not talking about it, it can be mental, it can be a variety of things.
Sure. But at 36 years of age, when you're fighting in the lower weight classes, especially bantamweight, speed is an elemental factor to where you start to slow down, and just the little differences of that speed make huge differences.
Bell is coming closer and closer with that left head kick.
Yes, he is. He needs to switch it up. Go to the body again with it like he did earlier in the second round.
Fight has been predominantly contested in the stand-up. According to fight stats, Josh Hill, 58 of 91 in total strikes. Caspell, 43 of 115. A lot of knees being thrown at close quarters, but now single shots, pot-shotting, John.
Pot-shotting, there you go. There's a 1-2 by Caspell there.
3 and 4 are wondering why they aren't involved.
Josh Hill has gotten into this element where he's basically throwing ones. He's either throwing the right hand, looping right hand, sometimes throws the jab out. Every now and then a spinning attack, but everything's ones.
One is the loneliest number. A minute 45 remaining in the fight. Bell flashing the jab. Hill going downstairs with the low kick, looking for the counter right hand. Bell now explodes, jabs, and exits.
At least Caspell's going forward. He's going after him.
Final 90 seconds.
He needs to throw more too.
Hill looking for the shoot, thought better of it. Uses a lead right hand, back to orthodox. Bell checks the inside low kick. Jab. No rhythm being developed, no sustained offense, and now with 60 seconds left, this is what you train for, John. This is what you put your body through weeks of intense preparation. An opportunity for Caspell to knock off the highly experienced Josh Hill. And Josh Hill literally trying to fight here to remain relevant in a division, even though this is featherweight. Bantamweight, one of the best divisions in the sport, belongs to Bellator MMA.
Absolutely, all bantamweights across the board, everywhere. They're just killing it right now. Josh Hill's in a position he's going to be looked at. They're not going to put him in those fights anymore if you're not going to bring it. He's got to bring more action. That was a nice shot right there.
And there runs the pipe with the single, but now Bell looking for the submission. 15 seconds left. Again, Hill has never been submitted in this, his 27th professional fight.
Very smart move by Caspell because he was basically negating that takedown. There's been zero ability for Josh Hill to do anything, so now lands a couple of body shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go now to your three judges at cage side. Your first, Felicia O, scores the fight 29-28. She sees the fight for Bell. Your second judge, Wade Vieira, 29-28. He scores the fight for Hill. Your third and final judge at cage side, Brandon Saucedo, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision. Gentlemen, Josh Hill.
And there you go. It was via split decision. Gentlemen, Josh Hill bounces back to move to 4-2 in the Bellator cage. Not a popular decision, of course, here in California, Caspell's home state, but Josh Hill escapes by the hair of his chinny chin. The final prelim fight at Bellator 292 here at the Shark Tank in San Jose, California. Enrique Barzola battles Érik, battles. He hopes
Batters and battles.
Yes, he hopes to batter Érik Pérez, who's been gone a long, long time.
Look, I've got right now these records show because they're so close in their records, but the one thing that is different is Barzola has fought at lightweight. He's fought at featherweight, then went down to the bantamweights for a long time. This one is now back up at featherweight, 145.2 to 145.4.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here at the SAP Center, the time has come to conclude the prelims here at Bellator 292. And we'll do it now with 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 5'8", weighing in 145.4 pounds. His professional record, 20 wins, 8 defeats, from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, presenting Érik Pérez. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 145.2 pounds as a professional. 18 victories, 7 losses, 2 draws, from Lima, Peru. Please welcome Enrique El Fuerte Barzola. And the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Enrique Barzola returns to the featherweight division for the first time since 2019. The 672-day layoff is the longest of Érik Pérez's nearly 15-year career. Round 1. Barzola looking to snap the first 2-fight losing streak of his career. Pérez, last time he was in action, he beat Blaine Shutt at Bellator 258, but again, back in May of 2021.
Yeah, it's been a while, but both these guys love to come forward. I think this is going to be an exciting fight. Pérez likes to get into these stand-up wars. Barzola loves to grind you. He wants to break you physically and mentally.
And Barzola loves to bring the pressure, and he has the cardio to back it up, and especially now, not having to cut as much weight, he might be even that much fresher, and he looks like very aggressive start. Good counter by Pérez. Nice right hand from Barzola, and an eye poke.
Barzola landed 2 right hands, but he did get stuck in the eye there.
Okay, you got a little time. Yeah, you got a little time. Yeah. You're doing the same, I know. Be careful with your fingers when you're judging. You got a little time to relax your eye. You just let me know how much time
Here
you
you'll
need.
see the
It's
replay.
okay.
The kick comes. He does a nice job of scooping the leg, throws it, but when
Just be careful with your fingers.
Pérez tries to land that right hand,
watch that.
notice the leg comes down and the fingers go out right into the eye.
Can you see okay? You good? All right, guys. Careful, both of you, yeah? Let's go.
Action resumes. Big body kick by Pérez, and then unloading a combination. Barzola right in front of him, darting in and out and trying to find his range. Sharp jab and plenty of striking going on here. Just over a minute gone in this featherweight fight. Frenetic action.
Oh boy, they're both throwing hard right now.
And Barzola level change stuffed by Pérez. Pérez went 7-2 in the UFC, made his pro MMA debut in May of 2008. He was set to return in April of last year against C.J. Hamilton, but had to withdraw due to undisclosed reasons. 6-2 since leaving the UFC back in 2014. Body kick by Pérez. Body shots by Barzola. Beautiful timing. Level change, gets a takedown.
You saw when he throws through that hand, hit Pérez right in the face, dropped levels, got into his legs. This is what Barzola loves to do. He wants to drag you down, put weight on you, and just make you work really hard past the point where you're comfortable, and he just continues to push that pressure.
Pérez 20-8 with 5 knockouts, 8 submissions, has been knocked out and submitted twice. Barzola 18-7-2 with 5 KOs, 4 submissions, has been submitted, never knocked out. In fact, it was finished by Nurmagomedov in the Bantamweight Grand Prix, and now Barzola again looking for the takedown. Pérez looking to stymie it.
Yeah, he went from the single to the double leg. He had those hands, but his neck was there caught. That's why he had to let go with his hands. Nice job by Pérez.
Good pace to this featherweight fight. Just over 2 minutes left in the first. Lead left hook, good body shot countered by Pérez as Barzola led with the left hook upstairs. Shotgun jab, and again Barzola determined to get the takedown, but he is now 1 for 4 here in the opening round.
Pérez doing a very nice job of stonewalling those shot attempts, dropping his hips down.
And he's actually 1 for 5 now, Joe.
Nice clean elbow by Pérez.
Minute and a half remaining. Takedown employed. Pérez looking for the guillotine. He has 8 wins via submission, none via guillotine, 5 via rear naked choke. So Barzola now 2 for 6, the second takedown with just over a minute left in the round, and he will try to maximize top position, but Pérez active from his back, short shots, open guard. Oh, bell clef there.
Just controlling the posture.
What are we going to see next? A Mongolian shot. 40 seconds left here in the first.
Both guys being
Scramble.
offensive on the ground. Nice punches by Barzola.
Brawl. And Pérez works his way back to his feet. 30 seconds left in what has been a fantastic start to this fight between Enrique Barzola and Érik Pérez. And lands for Barzola as we come to the close of round 1.
He has that experience and he is that good and that tough. But man, that is not an easy task.
And he is the biggest betting underdog of his illustrious career tonight. Usman Nurmagomedov, a massive betting favorite.
Second round, buddy, you ready? You ready?
As we get older, that's what they do.
Man, but he looks amazing for a guy about to turn 40, the elder statesman of the lightweight division. I cannot wait for the quarterfinals to start in the lightweight World Grand Prix. I'm thinking,
oh, big shot.
Barzola just walked. Comes in with a knee.
Nice shot again by
right
Barzola.
hand by Barzola, lighting up Érik Pérez in the opening minute of the second.
Boy, he had Érik Pérez on wobbly legs. Pérez was using the cage itself to give him balance. Barzola really landing some clean shots.
Right uppercut, left hook. What a beautiful combination from range by Enrique Barzola. Oh, and again, John, the jab, right uppercut connects.
Pérez really needs to move his feet. Right now, he's starting to bite down and stand in one place, looking to throw back. Movement. Movement's going to get you away from your opponent, give you some time.
The last time Enrique Barzola scored a knockout was in his Bellator debut, knocking out former Bellator bantamweight champion Darrion Caldwell in the 3rd round. And that was back in January of 2022 at Bellator 273, but Barzola's striking is sharp here in the second.
Boy, he's been landing some clean shots.
After 672 days away from action, takes a while for that cage corrosion. Takes a while for the timing, even the technique, John. And now it's just the blood and guts and the heart of Érik Pérez on display because he is getting lit up by Barzola.
Boy, he's getting lit up like a It's unbelievable right now what Barzola is doing, because most of the time we see him trying to use his grappling. He is just using his hands. There he goes into grappling situations. But, man, he has lit Érik Pérez up in this second round.
And deposits him to his back. It's all Enrique Barzola here in the middle frame, and so far enjoying his return to the featherweight division again for the first time since 2019, after he is, lost his last 2 fights against some high-level bantamweight competition. By the way, he lost to Juan Archuleta, former Bellator champ, going to be competing in Ryzen for the rest of the year. We wish him well after a great job in that New Year's Eve Bellator versus Team Ryzen, where, oh, by the way, Bellator went 5-0.
And Juan Archuleta had a beautiful win against Kim, who's a tough fighter. Closest fight of the night, though. Great job by Barzola. Look at him drag that leg. That was just beautifully done. Bringing the weight up, jerking that leg back, gets the fight to the ground. Now he's just got to take and slowly start to move his head out of this position. He can use his arm to help break that space open. There you go.
We have 90 seconds left here in the second. Barzola working from top position. Pérez trying to utilize those butterfly hooks. Has half butterfly hook, looking for the up kick. Heel strike. Didn't we recently see that? In a women's fight, that kind of strike. Heel strike to the liver.
Heel strike hurt the opponent. Yeah, that's right. Aldana.
Sprawl, yes. Sprawled by Barzola.
Look out for the anaconda. Now he's deciding to go around.
Final minute of the fight. And Enrique Barzola, or excuse me, the second round. Final minute of the round. Thank you. Hey, it's flying by. And we're coming up on top of the hour. A lot of action. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. Bellator 292 main card begins. And boy, 4 fantastic fights coming your way. And this is proving to be a fantastic way to wrap up the preliminary portion of Bellator 292. 27 seconds left in the second round. Knee strike to the ribcage by Barzola.
Barzola's just got a huge gas tank. He just can go and go and just drive a pace that wears his opponent down. And all the shots that he's landed here, they've had an effect on Érik Pérez.
And Pérez is going to need that 5 minutes that I almost robbed him from. Coming up now, third round is up next. Playoff of his career.
I think Érik Pérez got 1 round to try to get this back. He's going to have to do something special here.
Meanwhile, it's Enrique Barzola that's been showcasing some special stuff.
Boy, he has just been landing. He's just right out of range of Pérez. Pérez keeps on throwing hard shots, but they're missing. Barzola takes a nice clean step in, lands his shot, moves back out. Very well done.
Meanwhile, for Érik Pérez, he's been doing well in the kicking department. 25 of 36. Barzola's only thrown 2 kicks, or he's been credited for 2. Momentarily dropped after slipping. Counter right, nice combination using the punch and kick by Pérez, but he's got to continue to up the ante as Barzola continues to put on the pressure.
Look at those strike stats, Morrow. 71 of 141 compared to 58 of 159. But it's the power of the shots, too. Barzola's have had bigger impact on Pérez. He's landed the bigger, heavier shots, and it's made a difference in this fight.
Anytime you land 50% or more of your strikes, you're having a great night in the office. Lead left hook curled around the guard of Barzola by Pérez, but Pérez going to the body. You can never question the corazon of a Mexican fighter, Érik Pérez.
Never.
Standing in the pocket, looking to defend the takedown. Barzola immediately takes his back. Dragging them to the canvas. putting him in deep water. And Barzola now looking to finish him off as Barzola looking for the submission, the rear naked choke, as all 4 of his submission wins have come via RNC for Barzola.
Well, he's got the ability right now. Notice he's got the hand trapped of Érik Pérez just with his leg. He can get his one arm free from being where it's at so he can slide it. He's just using a seatbelt right to control the position. Never even attempted any type of submission. A very heavy ride. Now he's going into a figure 4 of the body lock. See if he can get it.
And there has it, momentarily sliding the arm under the jaw of Pérez, but still just trying to maintain position, trying to set up a potential submission attack.
Absolutely. Well, when you saw Pérez looking to take the leg and remove the leg, where was his hand? You saw Enrique go towards that choke.
No quit in Érik Pérez. 672-day layoff. And he was put in the blender tonight by Enrique Barzola. And now Barzola looking to secure the rear naked choke.
But it's not there.
Not there yet. And of course, all the sweat. Such a late time in the fight going to make it that much more difficult.
Sometimes the sweat helps you. Helps it slide. That chin all of a sudden pops, boop, through, and you have it. But it's also the positioning. Where is he on his back?
Pérez blindly attacking Barzola. And Enrique Barzola continues to control here in the 3rd and final round, and in the final 60 seconds of this featherweight fight as we put the cap on the Bellator 292 prelims here at the SAP Center in San Jose, California. The 17th anniversary of California's first legally sanctioned mixed martial arts event held in this arena 17 years ago tonight. And tonight, the main card, we will be bringing you a stacked night of Bellator MMA at the top of the hour on Showtime as Barzola again fishing for the RNC.
He's looking for it, but again, his hands gonna have to switch those hands up a little bit. Not quite where he wanted to be, but he's just dominating Érik Pérez on the ground right now.
Right into side control as Enrique Barzola smothering Érik Pérez, and life pretty good for Barzola in his return to 145 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, from your judges' scorecards, your first Elliot Kelly scores at 29-28, while judges Michael Gingona and Ron McCarthy both see it the same, 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Enrique El Fuerte Barzola.
Welcome back to the featherweight division, Enrique Barzola, as he improves to 19-7-2, spoiling the return of Érik Pérez. Tonight, the undefeated king of the lightweights, Usman Nurmagomedov, battles Benson Henderson. Henderson firing up this crowd. A man whose accomplishments have made him a legend. Former UFC and WEC champion. The winner of this contest will make a major statement to the rest of the field.
You want to say you're the best fighter on the planet? Prove it. Fight everybody. Let's do it. Let's go.
Увидим, кто заслужил больше этот титул.
Also tonight, another Grand Prix quarterfinal match will be in the cage. A dark horse could emerge from the showdown of hungry contenders. Tofiq Musayev. Oh, Tofiq Musayev making an emphatic statement. And Alexandr Shabliy. Alexandr Shabliy with his 11th knockout victory. While the 4 remaining lightweights await their turn in the tournament, all 8 competitors are well aware there can be only one who'll cash the $1 million check and don the championship belt. The first steps to the jackpot and jubilation begin now. Bottom, of course, taking center stage, the beginning of the 8-man lightweight world Grand Prix. Usman Nurmagomedov puts his perfect record and title on the line against Benson Henderson, looking to become a 3-time major MMA champion. Tofiq Musayev meets Alexandr Shabliy. Tournament dark horse could emerge from that one. Then it's a rematch. Valentin Moldavsky outpointed Linton Vassell 4 years ago when Vassell made his return to the heavyweight division. Vassell has since won 4 in a row, and it doesn't get better when it comes to a clash of styles. KO king for Bellator, Michael Page. Submission king for Bellator, Goiti Yamauchi. They will kick things off at the top of the hour on Showtime. For this clash of styles, Michael Venom Page, Goiti Yamauchi. Hey, title aspirations on the line.
Absolutely, and you can look at that 79-inch reach. That is massive. And the way that Michael Page utilizes that range, it's going to be difficult for Goiti to get inside. But if he does get the fight to the ground, stand by.
With the official introductions, here is the universal voice of Bellator MMA, Mr. Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Bellator MMA. From San Jose, California, live on Showtime, we extend a special welcome to the brave men and women serving around the world and joining us on AFN, the American Forces Network. Bellator 292 opens tonight with the welterweight feature set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 170.6 pounds, ranked now at number 5, he enters with 28 professional victories, 5 defeats from Curitiba, Brazil, presenting Goiti Yamauchi. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 6'3", weighing in 170.8 pounds, the number 2 ranked contender stands with 20 professional victories, just 2 defeats, hailing from London, England, introducing MVP Michael Venom Page. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge, Ed Calantis.
Michael. Okay, go out. Yeah.
Crowd is fired up for this one. Michael Venom Page getting a superstar reaction. Goiti Yamauchi hoping to continue his momentum. Let's go to the rules. The unified MMA rules for tonight's fight.
You go under the 10-point must scoring system. And what that means is the winner is awarded 10 points. His opponent's going to be given 9 points or less. That's based on effective striking and grappling, followed by aggressiveness and cage control. Feature bouts are 3 5-minute rounds with our championships, our Grand Prix, and our main events at 5 5-minute rounds.
Michael Venom Page has 12 first-round finishes, including 9 KOs. He scored a 10-second KO of Ryan Sanders in his Bellator debut at Bellator 93 in March of 2013. Goiti Yamauchi has 18 wins via first-round submission, and he has a 61-second finish twice in the Bellator cage. And this could end in a hurry. How do you prepare for someone like Michael Venom Page?
Oh, we got a problem right there.
I think I jinxed it, unfortunately, saying it.
No, you said it could end at any moment. It just did.
It really just did, and not the way we wanted it to. Although for Michael Venom Page, an electrifying finish, but Goiti Yamauchi has been injured, no longer able to compete. And what did I say about a 10-second knockout win in his Bellator MMA debut? That kick ends it.
That kick itself, you saw it. Look, that's a knockout blow, okay? That is a beautifully placed kick by Michael Page. It did the damage. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. Goiti just unable to do anything after being injured with that kick, and It's a terrible thing for Goiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the blue corner, unable to continue. It comes to an end suddenly 26 seconds into round number 1 with the winner by knockout MVP Michael Benson.
Get much better than number 1 versus number 2 for a chance to challenge for the heavyweight championship of the world.
And then we're talking about the weights, and it's that 239. That is the same weight that Linton Vassell's been for his last 3 fights, 238 for his 4th one. He is now in the groove there. But Moldavsky has been getting bigger and bigger, but he is in time, carried that weight, knows that he can go the distance. This is going to be a great rematch.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
Here at SAP Center live on Showtime, Bellator MMA is now set to determine the number 1 contender as we go 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 6'4", weighing in 239.4 pounds, the former light heavyweight title challenger as a professional. Holds 23 wins along with 8 defeats. Having won 4 straight in heavyweight, he's now ranked at number 2, presenting Linton Big Swole Vassell. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 6'1", weighing in 237.4 pounds, entering with the number 1 ranking. He brings 11 professional victories, 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, the recent heavyweight title challenger, Valentin Moldavsky. And the referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Valentin Moldavsky has Bellator light heavyweight champion Vadim Nemkov in his corner. All 4 of his finishes have come in the opening round. Linton Vassell, 11 wins via first-round knockout or submission with a well-balanced attack of 6 KOs and 5 subs. We are waiting. The paramedics return to cage side after that horrible injury incurred by Goiti Yamauchi in the main card opener against Michael Venom Page. So, John, chance here. You look at Linton Vassell. Looks like something, you know, Michelangelo might have sculpted in against Valentin Moldavsky. Technical, gritty. The pedigree speaks for itself under the Fedor Emelianenko learning tree.
Absolutely. Moldavsky is just getting better and better, too. And that's one of the things that if you're looking, that hybrid weight that he's been used to, he's great with a pace. We'll see if he can continue with that pace against Linton in this fight.
All right, Joe, here we go. Round 1. Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Fight!
Bell, round number 1 scheduled for 3 in Bellator's heavyweight division. Immediately, Vassell goes low with the calf kick to the lead leg of Moldavsky. Moldavsky comes forward, lands the right.
That's what Linton Vassell needs to do. He has to come forward. He cannot let Moldavsky back him up.
Vassell talked about the sting of the loss to Moldavsky. The first fight as he's taken down after Moldavsky caught the kick, scrambled though, and this is what Vassell is known for, able to athletically scramble back to his feet, and does it so there. But against Moldavsky the first time, that loss hurt so bad, he contemplated retirement, and yet all he did was go back to the drawing board, and now is riding a 4-fight win streak with 3 finishes in the division of the big boys. But boy, another big takedown by Moldavsky.
Again, and it's confidence though. At this moment, Linton Vassell has confidence in his ability. He believes at this moment, I am prepared to beat Moldavsky. And look at what's happening right here. This is a beautiful job by Linton. Look at him moving his hips out to the side. Moldavsky's trying to crush that down right now, but he's creating a moment where now, look at Moldavsky reaching for that whizzer. Linton's trying to slip out, see if he can then bring him over the top, get that hook in. Nice hook sweep possible. But you notice it's pure grappling. He's keeping Moldavsky from being able to do any type of damage.
Moldavsky looking for the submission. Vassell trying to break free. All that top pressure on the back of Vassell by Valentin Moldavsky.
This is part where we were talking about. Moldavsky, he can go to the ground with Vassell, but he's got to be in the top position. He doesn't want to be on his back against that man.
Vassell switches to southpaw, backs up. High kick blocked. Vassell just out of range. Body kick lands for Vassell. This in the heavyweight division, all it takes is that one shot. 10-minute start here, filling out process in the rematch.
Right there.
He got tagged and dropped, and now Vassell has Moldavsky in trouble. Ground and pound elbow strike to Moldavsky after he got staggered and dropped.
No.
It's over. Mamma mia! Linton Vassell! Redemption achieved! 5 in a row at heavyweight with 4 knockouts. Big Swarm with a big win.
Watch this shot. Moldavsky comes in, lands a couple little blows. That right hand right there on the jawline. And as soon as he gets it, look at him take the back, starts landing more shots right to the mouth. Mouthpiece is halfway out of Moldavsky's mouth. And he lands that elbow. You can see he's hurt bad, and that one puts him out.
And in the rematch, Linton Vassell not only avenges defeat, but becomes the first person to stop Valentin Moldavsky.
And that's the time, and this is when we talk about Linton and his power. Moro, he was actually going backwards when he landed that right hand, but it doesn't matter when you're as big and strong as he
Chuck
is.
Liddell used to do the same thing.
I think he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 3 minutes, 3 seconds of round number 1, he ends it by knockout, and he is now the number 1 heavyweight contender, Linton Big Swarm Vassell.
Music to the ears of Big Swarm Linton Vassell. Michael C. Williams announcing him as the new number 1 contender as he knocks out Valentin Moldavsky. A knockout performance. He deserves a chance to speak with Big John McCarthy.
I am with the big winner here, Linton Vassell. Grandma Pearl's got to be pretty happy back in London right now.
Oh, hey, I didn't understand the words you said. I'm too gassed up from the win, so I didn't hear what you said.
Grandma Pearl's got to be pretty happy.
Oh, 100%. Over the blood clot moon.
You went in that, he took you down multiple times and you were able to work your way out. You gave him a lot of problems and you created it where he couldn't damage you on the ground. But when you landed that right hand, you went right to his back.
Yeah, it's funny because I had a little dream that I was going to drop him at some point and finish ground and pound. And I just threw the hook, and that's what happened, man. Got the ground and pound finish. And you know my ground and pound is brutal. So I just unloaded elbows until pretty much the ref stopped it.
We talk too much about you being in the top position. We don't see anybody get away from you once you get that top position. The question was, were you going to be able to get it against Moldavsky? There was no doubt after that right hand.
You know what? I had a problem with him on the ground. I wasn't able to reverse him like I usually do to people, but we got back to our feet, and I thought I'm just going to start throwing some hands, and that's what happens when I throw hands.
This probably puts you in that position where there's a guy named Ryan Bader that's got to look at you and say, that's my next fight. How do you feel about that rematch?
Well, there's no probably. It's Ryan Bader. He knows it, I know it. Dave knows it. It's going to happen soon.
This weight of 238, 239, is this the magic number for you?
Yeah, it's a perfect number. About 239, 240, the magic number. And it shows from, this is 5 now. You know, 5 wins, 4 stoppages.
Well, Congratulations on going from number 2 to number 1. You are the man that will be up for that title next. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the big swarm, Linton Vassell.
Təbii ki, hər bir idmançının arzusudur ki, böyük liqalarda vuruşsun, böyük. Yəni, bugünkü gündə biz bu liqada müəyyən döyüşlərin uğurları əldə eləmişiksə.
He says his advantage is that he is more hungry, he is more wicked.
Bu cürünə güclü döyüşçülərlə mübarizə aparsam, bilirəm ki, çətin olacaq, asan bir şey olmayacaq. Yəni, nəyin bahasına olsun, əlimdən gələni.
Oh, he's in trouble. Musayev fan club is loud and proud.
Mən o uğura çatmaqdan ötürü əlimdən gələni edir.
Ah, the right hand dropping. Allah, Tofiq Musayev making an emphatic statement.
Когда ты дерешься в ММА и побеждаешь, становишься там чемпионом, каждый бой побеждаешь, ты считаешь себя лучшим в боксе, в кикбоксинге, в борьбе, в грэпплинге, в джиу-джитсу.
And Shabliy countering with the right hand dropping. Brad Premise ground and pound by Shabliy, and he finishes. Alexandr Shabliy with his 11th knockout victory.
То, что я сделал во втором раунде, провел серию ударов и нокаутировал, и, конечно, меня это мотивирует и в Гран-при. Я думаю, что я выйду морально на другом уровне.
Hal-hazırda biz fokuslanmışıq, yəni sırf Гран-при'də Shabliyə.
Тофик хороший ударник, у него хороший нокаутирующий удар. Он может бить и с правой руки, и с левой. Хорошо бьет руками с обеих рук, хорошо бьет ногами. Крепкий.
Shabliyə yaxşı ayaq üstə döyüşməyi var, əl-ayaq zərbələri yaxşıdır. Mən güman edirəm ki, maraqlı döyüşümüz olacaq ona. Gələn Baleşkilər qan görmək istəyir, biz də istəyirik ki, ayaq üstə maraqlı döyüş istəyirik.
Показать, на что я способен. Я думаю, что я буду для каждого серьезным испытанием.
Mənim üçün böyük bir arenada, böyük bir səhnədir. O tarix yazan idmançazdır, mən çalışıram onların sırasında olsun.
Let's go to the tail of the tape for the first quarterfinal matchup in the lightweight World Grand Prix.
Starting off this World Grand Prix, this is the fight to do with. Take a look at those records, Mauro. You're looking at 20 and 22 wins. That's 42 wins with only 7 losses between the two fighters. These guys are both incredible.
With the official introductions, here is Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA in tonight's co-main event kicks off the quarter-final round of the $1 million lightweight World Grand Prix. Scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds live on Showtime. We introduce the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 154.4 pounds, now 3-0 inside the Bellator cage. His overall professional record features 22 wins, just 3 losses, with 11 of his finishes by knockout, 7 by way of submission. Ranked now at number 4, presenting Alexandr Shabliy. Across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. At 5'10", weighing in 155 pounds even, after knocking out the #1 contender in his Bellator debut, he enters tonight with 20 professional victories, 4 defeats, and he too owns 18 finishes, with 16 of his coming by knockout, 2 by submission. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the #2 ranked Tofiq Musayev. And the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Okay, fighters, we've gone over the rules in the back. There were no final questions from Blue. There were no final questions from you, Red. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out ready to fight.
Our Grand Prix rules, these are 5-minute rounds in championship fights. If the champion is in a draw, they will advance in case of that draw. All other draws will go to the judges. After their scores have been combined, the judges will then decide who advances in the tournament.
Tofiq Musayev with 14 first-round finishes. Alexandr Shabliy competing in his first fight scheduled for 5 rounds. The fuse is lit. The Bellator MMA $1 million 8-man lightweight world Grand Prix is underway. Counter right hand as Shabliy went downstairs. Musayev timed it, came over the top with a right hand.
Musayev normally is the guy. He likes to get out front. He likes to force his opponents back onto their back foot. He likes to be the one leading the dance. So we're going to see what he does here.
Musayev went from a successful run in the land of the rising sun. He's now fighting out of the Sunshine State of Florida. And this fight, a battle of bragging rights for Florida's top MMA gyms. Killcliff FC's Musayev, American top team's Shabliy. They're not booing the action. A lot of luminaries in attendance.
And it truly appears to me that Musayev is really kind of changing his style. Instead of being the guy that goes first, he's kind of saying, all right, I'm going to wait and I'm going to try to counter. While Shabliy, this is his normal way. He wants you to throw at him and he wants to hit you with counter strikes.
So much at stake in this loaded Grand Prix. Not only the opportunity to become the best lightweight in the sport, but also, again, an opportunity to cash that $1 million check. And both Shabliy and Musayev, from humble backgrounds, Musayev lost his father suddenly at the age of 17. His dad always thought Musayev would be an incredibly talented, decorated fighter.
Well, he wasn't wrong there, because he is definitely talented.
And as we mentioned, Musayev known for his knockout power. Shabliy has never been KO'd. Tactical start, feeling out round, trying to download that data that will become helpful.
And you got to figure, look at this, is a 5-round fight.
And now they are booing the lack of action.
That's all right. You got to look and say they've got to feel each other out. They got to look for the tells. They got to look to see where they can get that opening and take advantage of their opponents. They're not gonna just jump right in.
Spoiled by Musayev's Bellator MMA debut, which ended in 27 seconds.
That's true.
And Shabliy, of course, as well. He's coming off a TKO victory over Brent Primus, so both of them known for their striking prowess. And again, the respect. And you're right, John. You gotta open up. You got to follow the game plan.
You got to figure the fans have just seen 2 first-round KOs, and so it's like, well, we want everything that way. It just doesn't work that way. There's a lot on the line right here. Big time bragging rights.
Good hand combination there by Shabliy, and of course it began with a 26-second knockout win for Bellator's all-time KO king Michael Venom Page. 17 years ago today in California's first legally sanctioned MMA event. The main event saw Frank Shamrock start Cesar Gracie in 21 seconds. And here we are, just over a minute left in the first round. A cautious start.
You see
Musayev switching stances.
Exactly, but that was a beautiful inside leg kick by Shabliy.
And he dropped Musayev with that kick. Under a minute left in the round. Body kick by Musayev.
Now it's starting to get into the more normal flow. Shabliy is always going to be the counter striker. That's what he likes to do.
Quick exchange. Musayev tracking Shabliy, launches another combination upstairs. Oh, nice uppercut on the inside by Shabliy. Left uppercut, right hand. 15 seconds left. You may hear the chants begin for Kung Lee, a San Jose legend, and indelible moments in this building for the MMA legend. And now we begin round number 2 of this opening quarterfinal bout in the Bellator MMA Lightweight World Grand Prix. Both of them trying to get the other to bite on their face. We've seen the hand speed of Shabliy on display in that cautious opening 5 minutes. Tough round to score. How did you score it?
Very tough round. I wanted to go 10-10 because I didn't see enough by either guy. There was the inside leg kick that Shabliy landed. There was the one combination by Musayev where he landed a clean left-right. I gave it to Musayev, but it could go either way. I'm just glad my score doesn't count. Nice hard shot there. Shabliy tried to return.
Musayev has that right hand locked and loaded, ready to pull the trigger, but not doing so. A minute and a half has elapsed here in the second round. And there, counter right hand again lands upstairs for Musayev as Shabliy went downstairs with a kick.
The one thing that I'm seeing out of this right now is Shabliy, although looking for these counters, he's not really moving Musayev back.
Muted offense from both fighters as Musayev got clipped with that right cross by Shabliy, got his attention.
Musayev's loading up on that right hand, that big looping shot.
And then he goes to southpaw with the body kick back to orthodox. So he's trying to find a way to get Shabliy off of whatever strategy he might employ. Shabliy again, explosive, John, with the combination. Steps back, but not enough combination.
Very clean by Shabliy, but again, we need, just give me a little more output. Just a little more.
Right now, here in the second round, Musayev 1 of 18 in terms of strikes landed, while Shabliy credited with 5 out of 15 attempts. So very cautious. Nice. Threw out the jab. Changed levels. Well defended right now by Shabliy.
I don't see Musayev being able to out-wrestle Shabliy. Shabliy's wrestling is very solid. So by putting himself in this position, this is not an advantageous position for Musayev to be in. Physically, he's very strong, but the technique and skill of wrestling goes to Shabliy.
And we mentioned this is Shabliy's first fight scheduled for 5 rounds, so he wants to make sure that he has enough in the tank for what could be a taxing battle, able to escape the bum rush of Tofiq Musayev. Said the fuse was lit. It's a long fuse, John. Minute and a half left in the second.
Musayev he's having a little bit of problems with the range. Can't seem to get that distance control that he normally is able to establish. Shabliy just keeps himself a little bit outside of it. You see when Musayev comes in, Shabliy just takes that nice clean step.
Oh,
shot by Shabliy.
Clean right hand by Shabliy. Admires his handiwork a bit, but effective blow that tagged Musayev. Musayev sitting down and throwing that right hand with wild and bad intentions. Under a minute now left in the second round.
And this is where Shabliy will create problems for Musayev, having his back up towards the cage and pushing back. And here comes the forward motion of Musayev.
30 seconds left in the second. The Boo Birds out in full force. Anticipating much more action here in this matchup between two fighters. Could emerge as the dark horse. Right hand to the body by Musayev. It's funny what happens when people pay money, John. They expect something in return. And while we continue with the lightweight world Grand Prix.
Final round, fight, you ready? You ready? Fight!
Third round between Tofiq Musayev, ranked number 2 in the loaded lightweight division, against the number 4 ranked Alexandr Shabliy, both of them looking to book passage to the semi-finals. And Musayev continues to be bothered by the hand speed of Alexandr Shabliy, but just not enough offensive output, and now Musayev has been stopped by a shot below the belt.
They got him here. Complete accident. It's okay. Right here. Right here. Right here. Hey. No. When the foot came down, it got him here. It's fine.
The best shot of the night is an illegal one, John.
I don't know if it's the best shot of the night, but it definitely had the most effect.
Stay. One moment. You're fine.
It wasn't. We'll see where people are going to look at that and they're going to go, no. Look at how the foot traveled down. It did connect up in the body, no doubt about it, but then it traveled down and hit the groin.
When the foot came down, the strike's legal, but the foot coming down hit him in the cup.
Exactly what Jason Herzog is pointing out.
No. Stop. Hey, you're over here. 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 Hey, come here. You're here. Hey, give me him. Hey, right here.
Musayev has 5 minutes to recover.
I need him now.
Asking for a translator.
Hey, you tell him right now, that's a fair blow, but the kick, coming down got him in the cup. If he can't continue, this fight's over.
Her şey legal geliyor ama o sen kapıda değil. Buna göre sen şeylemesen, devam edemezsen dövüşü dayandıracağım.
Do you understand?
Anlayırsan onu, bakış sen.
Yeah? Okay. You're right over there. Hey, can you continue? Hey, can you continue? No. There's no more time here. If you cannot, come here. Come here. Come here.
John, what do you make of what's transpiring right now?
What's transpiring is...
And it's over. Tell us what happened here, John.
What happened was Shabliy landed a beautiful kick to the solar plexus of Musayev. But when his foot came down, it hit the cup. Jason Herzog is telling Musayev, look, if you can't continue on, you got to let me know, but you're going to lose.
And we see Alexandr Shabliy roll his way to the semifinals. And again, just one of those nights, anticlimactic finish to this quarterfinal bout between Shabliy and Tofiq Musayev. And Shabliy books passage to the semifinals and sends Musayev to his first defeat under the Bellator banner.
Yeah, and this is what when we looked at both great strikers, it actually ended off a strike.
Take another look at it.
That is a legal kick, and then the foot hits the top of the groin, but it doesn't hit, that's the belt line. It doesn't truthfully hit. If you're looking at that, watch where it lands, boom, up into the body, and then the foot comes down there. But was it the kick to the solar plexus, or was it the foot coming down that created the injury?
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the kick is ruled a fair and legal blow with incidental contact to the cup. The official time of the stoppage, 29 seconds, round number 3, with the red corner unable to continue. The winner by TKO, moving on to the semifinals of the Lightweight World Grand Prix, Alexandr Shabliy.
Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
I am here with your winner, Alexandr Shabliy. Alexander, that was a very technical fight. You guys were given a lot of feints, a lot of movement. What was it that was giving you a hesitation in throwing at times when there was openings, but it was tight?
Отличный бой, технично все у вас прошло, немножко разогревались долго, но потом очень все технично, хорошие были обмены. Когда вы поняли, что вы начинаете доминировать и что, возможно, в вашу закончится пользу?
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I'm very happy this win. I'm very Tofiq, great guy, great fighter, very tough fighter. This number one fighter in my career, tough. Yeah. Sorry, I'm little speak English. Дальше продолжу на русском. Спасибо всем, друзья, кто болел, кто здесь в зале сегодня находится. Я знаю, что здесь и ростовчане тоже есть. Всем спасибо. Еще хочу сказать, что Тофик очень сильный парень, к нему безмерное и большое уважение. Он заслуживает только аплодисменты. Вот, и что хочу сказать. Хотите вы этого, не хотите, но я стану чемпионом. Как бы ни хотели вы, здесь есть сетка, и я дойду до финала и заберу этот пояс и чек $1 миллион.
I would like to thank all my fans. You guys are the best. Thank you for the support. And whether you like it or not, I'm going to be the champion. I'm going to get that belt eventually. Thank you. And by the way, Tofiq is a great guy. He's a great opponent. But I have to move on.
Real quick, this puts you in a position where you're going to take on the winner of Patricky Pitbull or AJ McKee. If given that ability, which one would you rather face?
Вы теперь вот предстоит возможность либо Питбуля, либо Маки встретить в следующем поединке. Кого бы вы предпочли?
Оба очень серьезные ребята. И Джей Маккей, и Питбуль серьезные парни. В этом гран-при нет слабых соперников. И я повторюсь, если бы у меня была возможность, я бы дал каждому парню по $1 миллиону, который дерется в этом гран-при, потому что они заслуживают это. Одни из самых лучших легковесов собрались здесь. Но победитель должен быть один. И Джей Маккей, Питбуль, разницы нет. Вдвоем пусть выходят.
I don't really care. It could be AJ McKee, it could be Pitbull. If you want to bring them both together, I'll fight them both. But again, I'm telling you, I'm heading there and I'm going to get that belt. I'm going to become the champion.
Well, congratulations on a big win. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man moving on in the lightweight Grand Prix, Alexandr Shabliy.
Champion Usman Nurmagomedov.
History has indeed been made. Usman Nurmagomedov at the age of 24 becomes another undefeated MMA champion.
Выиграть такого титула, но я у себя в голове тоже чуть ментально изменился. После этого я почувствовал, что нет ничего невозможного.
I love that I get the champ, Usman, for the first fight of the tournament.
Wow, Nurmagomedov getting it done!
I couldn't ask for a better dream scenario.
Checkmate. We're done.
С Бенсоном Хендерсоном был чемпионом ВЭК, чемпионом UFC. Сейчас он ветеран, Bellator. Он провел очень много серьезных боев со многими легендами этого спорта. Поэтому лучшего кандидата я не думаю, что есть кто-то лучше.
I would describe my fighting style as 25 minutes of sustained explosion, whether that's through wrestling, whether it's through boxing, whether it's through kickboxing, whether it's through Muay Thai, whether it's through grindy jiu-jitsu, whatever the case is. I'm always looking to just push the pace of my opponents and drown them.
Не знаю, как драться с Бенсоном Хендерсоном. Наша команда уже выигрывала его. Например, Мамедов, я не считаю, что он проиграл тот бой. Я был на том бою. Так можно выделить, это он опыт. В остальном стойке он не лучше меня. В грэпплинге, в борьбе он не лучше меня. Ну, мой стиль драки, он больше, я бы сказал, что он больше в тактической особенности. Я люблю, как знаешь, я люблю думать во время боя. Если я хороший, если у меня бой получается в стойке, хорошо, я дерусь в стойке. Если мне надо повалить, я валю.
I am so incredibly hungry for this Bellator lightweight title. When I get that third belt wrapped around my waist, it's going to be a special moment.
Ничего. Мне здесь доказывать нечего. Я и так чемпион.
We are 16-0 Usman Nurmagomedov against the 30-11 Benson Henderson for the Bellator Lightweight Championship.
Look, you got to be honest about this. The youngest champion at 24, Usman Nurmagomedov, going up against the oldest challenger for the belt in this lightweight World Grand Prix, 39-year-old Benson Henderson. This is going to be exciting.
It's time for the ageless wonder, Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime from San Jose. The time has come for fight number 2 of the $1 million Lightweight World Grand Prix quarterfinals. Tonight's main event, 5-minute rounds for the Bellator Lightweight World Championship. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Peter Villegas, Chair, Executive Officer at Cage Side, Andy Foster. And now first introducing the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 154.6 pounds, the two-time lightweight world champion in his quest for a third reign tonight makes his third challenge for Bellator Gold as a professional. He stands with 30 victories, 5 coming by knockout, 9 by submission against 11 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Smooth Benson. And across the cage, the champion fights out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 154.8 pounds. After a dominant victory to win the title tonight, he makes his first defense, entering as an undefeated professional at 16-0 with 8 wins by knockout, 5 coming by submission. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the defending Bellator Lightweight World Champion, Usman Nurmagomedov. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge, Perkin.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Gonna keep it clean, touched up. Let's do it.
Electricity palpable here at the Shark Tank in San Jose, California for the Bellator Lightweight Championship. There it is. Most prestigious prize in the sport and an opportunity to go to the semifinals in the $1 million World Grand Prix. Benson Henderson, as much as the last time I checked, a 20-1 underdog.
Crazy. Especially crazy when there are absolutely ways for him to win this fight.
Nurmagomedov, and he is really...
Oh, he hurt it bad with that kick.
With that kick! Usman Nurmagomedov, a.k.a. Sir Kicks a Lot, just kicked Benson Henderson, and Henderson in trouble, but the saving grace for Henderson, he is very good at scrambling, but he's in trouble now.
He is mounted, he is taking big shots. That kick to the head, it's scrambled, and he was in trouble. We're gonna see what Usman can do at this point. It would almost be better for him to get up off him and make him stand.
Henderson trying to recover. Meanwhile, steady diet of right hands from the back by the defending champion. Henderson got clocked by the kick of Usman Nurmagomedov, and he is in trouble early.
Early with 4 minutes basically left in this round. Benson Henderson finds himself in a place he never expected at this point.
Usman Nurmagomedov has 10 first-round finishes, looking for his 11th and looking for his 3rd rear naked choke. But one thing about Benson Henderson throughout his illustrious career, he is the Houdini of MMA when it comes to escapes.
Absolutely.
Otherworldly escapes.
Incredible durability, too. I've seen him get hurt multiple times and always fights his way out. And that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to keep from being put face down onto the mat.
Henderson has been submitted twice in his career, but the last time he was submitted was against Anthony Pérez, and that was back in 2013.
You see Usman trying to set that choke up, but he does not have that set. That's why you saw both hands staying on the ground for Benson to try to get himself. He's going to try to use that cage, get himself back to his feet.
And Henderson has not only had to defend against Nurmagomedov, but he's trying to still clean out the cobwebs, I think, John, after the nasty kick he took.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And this may be the coup de grace for Usman Nurmagomedov. Henderson trying to alleviate the pressure, trying to avoid the choke.
Henderson's doing just fine right now.
No, he's not. Usman Nurmagomedov vanquishes Benson Henderson and does it in quick fashion as he records an amazing victory to retain the Bellator lightweight belt and move on in the $1 million World Grand Prix. 24 years of age, and now a perfect 17-0 with his 14th finish, John.
He was being so calm. I felt that he felt like he was in control of the position as far as knowing when it was going to be too much for him. Obviously it was. Had to tap out. It's sad to see with Benson Henderson. But beautiful win. Watch what happens here. Watch this kick. Comes up, beautiful question mark kick right on the jaw. He never saw the change in the kick. Watch this angle here. It'll show you. He brings it low, up high. Fantastic technique. Beautifully executed by Usman. The hand comes down. Watch how fast this happens. Play this real speed. Look at what happens. Watch. Bep. Beautifully done. The only guy that throws a better question mark kick is Luke Rockhold. Usman has got a plethora, and here he is.
Speaking of a Strikeforce alum,
there you go. There's the tap out. Just too much, too many things happening, too much damage done, and just too good of a young champion in Usman Nurmagomedov.
Brothers celebrating, and for Usman Nurmagomedov, the question mark kick setting up the submission finish, and there's still, well, the answer to the question, who can beat Usman Nurmagomedov at this stage? No one, as again, he improves to 17-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's main event, the tap comes by way of a rear naked choke, officially 2 minutes 37 seconds into round number 1 by submission. He advances to the semi-final round of the World Grand Prix, and he is still Bellator lightweight world champion, Usman Nurmagomedov.
The ever-classy Benson Henderson applauding the performance, and there, the equally classy Usman Nurmagomedov, two tremendous representatives of the sport. The past being represented by Benson Henderson at 39, but the future so bright for our undefeated champion. Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
I'm here with your champion, Usman Nurmagomedov. Usman, that was a beautifully executed question mark kick. You brought it, making it look low. You brought it up high. It landed flush. At that moment, did you know, oh, this is my time. I know I've got him.
Отлично выступили сегодня, вы показали, с самого начала вы доминировали и все провели замечательный финиш. Поздравляем вас.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I want to say, can I speak Russia? Because of today in San Jose have a lot of brothers from Dagestan. Salam alaikum, say. And я бы хотел в первую очередь выразить слова благодарности моему оппоненту Бену Хендерсону. Это живая легенда этого спорта, и на таких бойцах все мы, молодые ребята, старались равняться, и всего ему хорошего в его дальнейшем пути.
I would like to thank everybody who support me. You know, guys, it's very important, all of your support that you showed me, and I'm going to show you even more, and we have more work to do. Thank you.
In taking on a legend like Benson Henderson, coming into this cage, was there anything you were thinking about fighting someone who had been through so many battles, shown such toughness before you had to face off with him?
Подходя к такому бойцу с таким опытом, вы боялись, может быть, что что-то он может сделать, чего вы хотели избегать, может быть, чего-то вы ожидали, что может быть опасным с его стороны?
Ну, Бен Хендерсон — это очень опасный оппонент. Его никогда нельзя недооценивать, и я был очень сильно сфокусирован, я не торопился, я не собирался торопить события, и выходя на этот бой, я был очень холоднокровен, я не собирался никуда спешить. У меня были 25 минут, поэтому я был готов на все 25 минут. Хвала Всевышнему, закончилось так, как закончилось.
Benson is an opponent you cannot underestimate. Obviously, we prepared to go for full 5 rounds. I knew I have 25 minutes to see what's going on, where he's going. But again, we put a lot of work into it, and obviously you see it pays off now.
You're going to face the winner of Brent Primus versus Mansour Barnaoui. Do you have a preference on who it is, or you don't care because you're the man holding that belt?
Теперь вам предстоит встретиться с победителем следующего боя Мансури и Примуса. У вас есть предпочтение, какого оппонента вы хотели бы увидеть?
No, I don't care. Anybody. I don't care. I'm not...
I don't choose, I don't pick.
Sounds good to me. Congratulations on a beautiful victory.
Yes. И я бы хотел напоследок сказать слова благодарности тем людям, которые окружают меня, тем людям, которые вдохновляют меня, мотивируют меня, которые рядом со мной всю мою жизнь. И это в первую очередь мои родители.
I would like all the people who support me, who motivate me, and first of all, those are my parents.
Congratulations.
Last one. Dada, salam alaikum.
Congratulations on a great win. Still the champion, Usman Nurmagomedov. I'm here with an MMA legend, a man that I've been able to share this cage with, a guy that has just put on incredible fights throughout his career. Benson, I know that tonight didn't go the way you wanted it to, but in coming into this cage and facing off with a young talent like that, how are you feeling about how your career has gone, and is there anything else you have to prove?
Hey, San Jose, I love you. I had some great moments in this building. I had some tough moments in this building. San Jose, you guys have always been here. You guys always show up. Thank you guys for that. To the whole world, thank you guys for all the love, all the support throughout my career. I always told myself these last 4 fights, I signed with Bellator. I told myself if I lose at all in these last 4 fights, then it's about that time. I've had a nice long run. I've done a lot of great things. Was able to do a lot of amazing accomplishments. And thank you to everybody around the world. Thank you guys for your love and support. I appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, give it up for Usman Nurmagomedov and the legend, Benson Henderson.
The legendary career of Benson Henderson, at the age of 39, comes to an end with a hug from his wife, Maria, whose Bellator MMA career is just about to begin. Henderson, a former WEC lightweight champion, former UFC lightweight champion, involved in so many memorable battles. One of the greatest ambassadors the sport of mixed martial arts could ask for. A father of four who will now allow his wife the opportunity to shine. But no one shined brighter tonight than Usman Nurmagomedov at 24, the reigning, defending Bellator lightweight champion, the man to his right, Javier Mendez. When Nurmagomedov stepped into the gym of AKA Javier Mendez, who has worked with some of the greatest fighters MMA has ever produced, said that Usman Nurmagomedov is the most gifted fighter I've ever come across.